I'm in that half guard position. My opponent's got me flattened out, right? So he's got me flattened out. So I got to create a little bit of space here. So I showed you two different ways. We can do open up, toes on the ground, big bridge, create space, right? Or if he's super, super tight and big bridge isn't working, I can grab face, climb, hand comes in, hand goes there. Blade's giving me all kind of space now. All right, so I'm here and now I'm here. All right, so I've created space. I've got my frames in. I've slid my bottom knee shield in. I've got all the options now. I showed you guys wrestle ups. I showed you lots of different things. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight for my underhook. Okay. Now we typically fight for underhook when we get the wrestle up. Now the best way for me to get underhook, right? If he's occupying space on my hip right here, I'm going to clear his hand. All right. I don't want his hand controlling my hip. Now my hand is against my leg. And I'm just going to sit up with my hand on my leg. I'm going to sit up, and that's going to put me in the position that I want. Right? He's not going to want me there, so he's going to try to shove me back down. As he does that, I'm going to shove this gi into my hand right here. That's what I wanted. Okay? So I want this grip right here on the gi. All right? So now I'm going to force myself back up to my elbow. I'm going to frame back up, and I'm coming to my elbow. All right? So now this is kind of like a pendulum sweep. Okay, guys? What I'm going to do is my hand's now going to go behind me. Okay, and as it goes behind me, I'm going to swing my leg out in order to get this sweep. Okay, so it's a little bit of a berimbolo pendulum kind of thing because I have to tuck and roll and I have to swing my leg out. So my hand goes here and my leg goes out. Okay, so I swing my leg out, my head goes underneath in order to be able to hit that sweep. Back a little bit further. All right. My partner's got me flattened out right here, right? I've got to create space. So I've got two options, big bridge, or I'm going to climb the face, okay? So this time I'm going to do baby bridge, get my hand on the face, right? He's holding me down. I'm going to climb, right? Hand goes to mouth and nose, hand goes underneath the chin, hand comes in, I create the first frame. Now I got the first frame, other hand comes underneath the armpit, I've got the second frame. Now I start to establish my frames, I establish my knee shield, right? So now I've got all the things that I want, right? So now I know I want to go for this sweep, right? So I want to clear his hand off of my elbow, so my elbow's going to come back, and I'm going to start to pass underneath so I can get my wrestle up, okay? So my hand's going to come underneath, and I come here, right? I know that he's going to flatten me back out because he doesn't want me underneath it. That gives me the opportunity to shove this lapel tight into that hand. All right, I need this to rotate his body, okay? So I want this tight. I can't have this thing loose like this where I can't pull it, right? So I want to make sure that I get that thing nice and tight into my hand so I can use it as a lever. All right, now that I've got this position, it's very difficult for him to keep me flat now. So now I can square back up and get on my elbow. Now that I'm on my elbow, watch what my hand does, okay guys? It's gonna rotate underneath me like that, all right? So it's going behind me as I tuck my head and roll. But I have to do this all at one time. This leg is gonna pendulum out and swing as I do this. So we're here, his hips come over the top of me very easily, right? And I'm able to swing my leg and complete that sweep, all right? So you have to rotate and swing all at the same time. So I'm doing this and that in order to get their hips over mine. At the same time, I'm utilizing that lapel, okay? So you're gonna utilize all three things when you do that.
You give them just a little bit of push before you start the...
You've got the lapel to pull, to turn their torso. So you really don't have to push because your hand's here and your hand's here. Okay? So one more time. All right. My opponent's got me flattened out. Baby bridge, get a hold of the forehead. Mouth and nose, start to climb. First frame is in, second frame is in, right? Start to create space, get my knee shield in, open my knee shield up, take away the space on my hip. Now I'm gonna wrestle up. Okay, so wrestling up, I know he's gonna try to flatten me back out as soon as I take this knee out because that's what he's gonna want to do. He doesn't want me up underneath him. So I'm gonna come up, boom, I'm grabbing the gi. So I punched that gi into my own hand, just like that, because I knew he was gonna push me back down. Now that I've got this grip, it's very, very difficult for him to keep me flat because I'm holding on to it. Okay, so now my hand is gonna go underneath me as I tuck my head and swing my leg. So we got it?
Yes, sir.
Anybody need to say it one more time?